Hello and welcome to Pitch Point, brought to you by Media 3, where we maximize signal, minimize noise from projects building in the Web3 space. I'm your host, Max, co-founder of AdaMoments.io, the infinite timeline on Cardano. Check it out. Today, we are speaking to Mark and Nate from Olympus Insights. They are starting a learn-to-earn platform that's going to onboard the next generation to become the decentralized Web3 workforce. All right, and welcome to Nate and Mark. This is a short, no-nonsense format where you get 2 minutes to pitch, followed by 10 minutes of Q&A. Thanks so much for being here to showing our audience Olympus Insights. Are you guys ready?
Absolutely, Max.
All right, brilliant. Mark, the stage is yours.
Okay, well, thank you for 2 minutes. It isn't long, but we'll get through it. So Olympus Insights, what are we, who are we, what are we doing? We are a B2B software company that essentially has built an education platform, which is a Web3 integrated education platform. It's a learn-to-earn platform. So people, students that actually join, earn XP points, and those XP points are convertible into our token, the OLi token, which we'll talk about in a second. We have been building the platform roughly for 18 months. We soft launched roughly 5 weeks ago in Nigeria. Over those 5 weeks, we have brought on over 3,000 subscribers. We're just at the final stages of doing the Cardano wallet integration. So each one of those 3,000 subscribers will also get a native Cardano wallet. So being not only educated on blockchain, Cardano, and obviously the broader ecosystem, but they actually will be wallet owners that can then learn, earn, and spend. The spending side of the equation, we've really tried to streamline it, given that we're actually targeting Web2 users. We want to make it as easy as possible. So Web2 users can literally earn points, convert them to XP, and then from that XP, send it to a partner wallet that we are working with. Where in Nigeria, it's connected to the OPay network, and they can go out to the shops and basically buy a loaf of bread, pint of milk, the week's groceries, whatever that might be. We've got a token launch coming up on the 25th of November.
The last two sections we talked about.
A few days ago, a few days away. And yeah, look, we're really excited to launch this and really try and change people's lives all around the world, get them involved in blockchain and understanding of finance. It is over the 2 minutes, so I'm going to stop there. We've plenty more to say, but hopefully we get invited back by Max at some other point.
Yeah, brilliant. And I would say also, I saw your guys' video with Dap Central. There's a lot to show there to unpack. So if users want to get into more detail, they should definitely check that out. Can you tell me a little bit about the MVP that you guys are launching with? So what's going to be there? What's something that you guys still want to add? And how are you going to onboard users? So you've already done some things in Nigeria. Can you tell a little bit about that, how that went? But there's a couple of questions in there for you.
Yeah, I used to raise capital for startups, raise money for over 300 startups in the Web2 world, and put people on stage, critiques thousands of different proposals. So very familiar with startups, and obviously the key issue that most organizations have is how do I get the brand known, how to get the product known, how do I onboard users to the platform, especially a software platform like this. So we've used an approach that I've personally used in 3 other organizations, which has been effective, which is day one marketing is actually not broad-based marketing, it is feet on the street. So we actually have hired a country manager in Nigeria. We have 4 ambassadors working for that country manager. They have assigned targets and quotas they have to hit. They're actually going out to university campuses and recruiting people to the platform. We've also got a country manager and 3 ambassadors in Nigeria, and we're just about to fire up Kenya. So I suppose what we class those as, essentially, it's our army of salespeople out there getting the seed customers to the platform. But ultimately, you know, being in the software game, the scalable, low-cost way to essentially acquire customers over the long term is for the platform to do the work. So inside of the platform, we have built a number of gamification mechanics, including refer to earn. So if you refer, you know, friends to the platform, you earn XP. You can turn that XP obviously into OLi and then into spendable money. And essentially that is what gives us the exponential growth from a low-cost marketing point of view. And we've already seen that. So, you know, the actual teams have onboarded, you know, about 1,400 people, and the platform has onboarded 1,600 people. So that dynamic and that gamification mechanic is certainly working the way we expect it to.
Okay. Thanks, Mark. And I mean, just from a broad perspective, you know, just the idea of tokenization of learning. I'm sure that many people don't associate the two together yet in the way that you envision. Can you share a little bit about that? Like, let's say you're sitting opposite a mother who is about to embark on letting her kid learn through your platform where there's tokenization involved. What would be the way by which you describe this aspect of tokenization?
Yeah, so look, we don't let anybody sign up that isn't 13 or older. So we're not really aiming at a young market or a young demographic. Ultimately, look, our goal initially, and certainly over the long term as well, is we want to essentially fulfill the promise that Cardano and Charles had from day one, right? We sort of had banked the unbanked and, you know, connect the unconnected. And really, we're looking to educate, I don't want to say the uneducated, but ultimately we want to educate people all around the world. A large percentage of our content is free. What would I say to a mother? Look, hey, I would say to the mother, not just the child, that a lot of the content on this platform is not just educating you about blockchain and why it's useful and all the facets of crypto, but we're actually also educating people on finance. I mean, schools around the world don't teach anybody about finance. They don't understand debasement of currency. They don't understand the nature of fixed supply assets. Everybody's purchasing power around the world is getting worse. Everybody's starting to feel it. They're blaming inflation. But there are some very simple lessons that if people understood them, they would have a much better grasp on essentially how to retain their earnings, how to retain their purchasing power. So this is really about trying to give people usable tools that they can use in their real life to better their life, to improve their financial outcomes, and also and skills and competencies that are relatable to real world jobs.
Right. Yeah, thanks. And I mean, that makes sense to me, you know, and just to go a little bit more on that segment you just said, so from 13 to, you know, 17, 19, I mean, that's quite interesting, especially from the perspective of people thinking about what are the next generation of jobs that are going to exist, how you build up the skills that are going to stick around for a long time and work in a ever increasingly connected world. How do you see that onboarding process? You know, so you said you're talking to schools. Is there a clear pathway by which you guys can integrate there? Do you have a bit of a sneak peek or an idea that you can share with us?
Well, yeah, look, I think to be clear, like, yeah, so it can be confusing. There are essentially 3 discrete products and 3 discrete markets. So the Learn to Earn platform is a general purpose learning platform available to anybody who wants to go and educate themselves on crypto, finance, and the other categories of education we have in there. We have OLi for Business, which is essentially a dedicated platform like Teachable, where people can learn educated, fixing a car, 3D printing, you know, book reviews, book clubs. You know, you can train your sales team in that type of product set. And then the third one, which is I think what you're related to here, is called OLi for Schools. Now that's a different platform architecture and design, because essentially the schools are producing a lot of the content. We can't just give them random content. It's a controlled environment. We give them some courses that are curriculum aligned, but the actual teachers build their own content in that system. And then, like, an example might be, hey, I'm going to be away in period 4 because I've got a dentist appointment. I'm going to have a stand-in teacher. I'm going to prepare the lesson. So when the stand-in comes in, they can basically put the students through the lesson that I've prepared. that's aligned with the curriculum and the material we were going to cover while I was away. So that one is much more, that platform is about teachers having access to tools to build content that they can not only like teach the class with, they can put it into a library system. So other teachers, let's say maths grade 7 or year 7, and the curriculum doesn't change, or another maths teacher doesn't have a lesson created, they can go into a shared library where another teacher can actually access that and put their class through that particular course.
And that's like great for like not only a stand-in teacher, but you've got homework. We can do assessments, especially like getting on that like real-time feedback, right? So I've got 30 to 32 students in every class that I have throughout the day. The chance to, like in a 1 hour lesson, 32 students, you've got less than 2 minutes per student if you were just working with them all one-on-one. But you're not, because you're teaching for 15, 20 minutes and then giving them sort of 20 to 40 minutes of activity sort of time, and that's broken up across the lesson. But with the OLi platform, this is a way that we can get real-time live feedback. The students can be learning on the platform, watching a video, whatever it might be. And yeah, the teacher gets that instant feedback from all 32 kids. And then the platform, as well as our AI tutor that we're building, is going to have the capacity to get extension activities, remediation activities, like spontaneous quizzes, all sorts of stuff to ensure that the kids are getting from where they are to where they really need to be.
Okay. All right. Clear. And I want to move now a little bit to the OLi token itself. So can you just briefly give an overview on the types of utility that are attached to the OLi token? Because I understand, broadly speaking, the supply side, where learn to earn, but where does the demand side come into the picture? And what can you provide there in terms of context?
Yeah, so I suppose there's probably 5 main utilities out of the gate. So obviously people that earn it, the distribution side, as you rightly say, it's fairly straightforward. The consumption side comes from, there's free courses and paid courses, and there's 2 subscription levels, standards and pro. You'll be able to buy courses at a 20% discount, or a subscription at a 20% discount with the OLi token. So that's sort of one utility. If I'm a content creator and I create a paid course on the platform, the content creator can choose to actually add more XP to make his course more compelling to actually do. And when they buy the XP, they buy that in the OLi token. Look, there's a number of other things, merge stores, etc., where there's discounting mechanisms built in. But really, our long-term goal over the next couple of years is to fully decentralize this, so storage, compute, have a completely decentralized education platform. And the last stage of that decentralization is governance. And this token will also be used in the governance, essentially, of the platform and the network over the longer term.
Okay, cool. All right, then. Yeah, I mean, I have just one more to wrap up, or 2 more questions, actually. Number 1 is about what's happening next for you guys. So what's happening in the next months? Where are you going towards? Let's start with that one.
I suppose the big thing that's coming up next for us is, we're actually launching the token. So we've got a token generation event on the 25th of November. That's in partnership with MinSwap and the big group, so the Jelly Cubes. So if anybody's on Cardano, so Jason Brock and the team there. So that's the marketing for that will start ramping up over the course of the next 2 or 3 weeks. And 25th of November. That's going to be big. At the end of the month, me and Nate are off to Argentina to participate in the Cardano Global Constitution Committee meeting, which is also going to be cool. And then, sometime around that same time, we've also got a couple of catalyst proposals out there that we will also need to start talking about with the community.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually was going to be my last question as well. But great, I'll see you in Argentina then. What's Project Catalyst actually? Do you have anything live there? What type of proposals are there that you might want to point towards?
Yeah, sure. So we've got a couple of proposals in there, and these are all just about fast tracking some of the activity. So we mentioned that AI tutor. So we're already building the prototype for that, but we've got a Catalyst proposal around focusing on that, getting that out faster. We've also got an AI course, like content creation builder for teachers and like content creators.
Perfect. All right, Nathan, Mark, thanks so much for coming on, and look forward to following how Olympus site does over the next months.
Excellent. Thanks, Max. Thanks for your time.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks so much for having us.